Welcome. Today we're going to create a component that allows your users to hide and show columns in their table and save those settings for whenever they use it again. Let's go. All right, so here we have a table within a container. On the header of the container, we have an icon. On the right, we have a split pane frame, which you can add on the frame section here. Text button, a close button, a checkbox group, and a reset button. That's all I have. I have a query, which is just selecting my contacts from my table. And the goal is for us to create a component where users can go and select the columns that they want to see, and those settings are saved for whenever they reopen the window. Now, this is all done through one simple transformer. Let me take you through it. So this transformer takes my query1 data. As such, because it's a transformer, it will update every time the query runs. It selects the keys from here. And now remember, this needs to be formatted as an array so that it works properly. And let me just open here my result of my transformer. It will basically format keys into labels. Here, it removes the underscores and adds uppercase. Here's an option to exclude keys that you do not want to add for users to hide and show, for example, ID and verification ID. And then there may be some column tables names that are not really as you would like to have them. So here I would just have company ID, which I will just replace by company, and you can add as many as you want. Basically, you create the array of objects here, and it returns this here, a value and a label. So this value and label, I can now use it in my checkbox group component. So I select mapped, then my transformer, and then I will select the value as value and the label. Now, local storage. Here in local storage, you'll see that I can, let's just go and select it here. Local storage right now is empty. So the default value, because we want when the first time the user lands and uses this component or this section, you can define which columns are shown or hidden. For now, I've just went with all of them are shown. So this is ternary. So first of all, it will search if local storage is undefined. And why is it undefined? Because it will be defined whenever the first time there is on this checkbox group change. Whenever it changed, it will set a value with checkbox group selected items. So if I do a test here, I remove LinkedIn, it will now have added a local storage table filters, all of the selected values. If I start removing, you will see values will start going away. And then here on reset, I have a clear local storage. If you have more values than one, then you will have to actually set it in. But for now, for these purposes, I'll just leave it like that. So as default value, I have, if local storage is undefined, we have object keys of my query data. So again, it will find all of the keys. And then if it is defined, then just select local storage and it will map, will select and filter anything that is actually available in the local storage. So those are going to be the default value for whenever the user lands in this page, because it will be using local storage. Now, the only thing missing is on my table, each column has a hidden property where I have, again, a conditional with a ternary. Again, first, if it's undefined local storage, then it will default to false, so it will not be hidden. However, if it is defined, then I will just there's better ways of doing it, but for now I settled on find x value, its email, which is the ID I know of the column and which is matching my table value. And because we have this exclamation point here, then it will default to false rather than true. And I added that to each one of my columns. And basically with that, now users can filter in or out all of the columns they want. And if it updates, it will remain as it will be saved. All right, I hope you enjoyed this and that you can implement it in your tables and your applications.